Okay, so here we have Journal 11. Let's take a look at what's inside. You have the umpire's view. Didn't Kurt Schilling do something like this a while back? I really can't remember. Then we have a little preview of Red Factories telling you that it's on pre-order. We have that on pre-order at our website as well. Then we have, let's see, an article, A Dose of Antifreeze, Defending Against VBM Freeze Tactics. I don't want Tim to read that. All right. We have a little mini scenario, I guess. Maybe something to do with that article. And we have an ad for Festung Budapest. I spoke to Luann, and there's almost no copies left. So if you want one, get it right away. Then we have, I guess this is a replay. Action Pack 119, maybe. Yep, that looks like fun. Yep, there's the original scenario, Konev Cross. And we have ASL rules I didn't have right. Every time I play, I find another one. And here's the potatoes. So we got Belgian Blitzkrieg. That's the Belgians against the Germans in 1940. A real barn burner. That would be the Germans against the French. Yeah, I guess that's the French. A little 4.5. Wow, look at that. Just 4.5 turns. Very playable. 2 little maps. Die in to meet you. KR, isn't that Kakazu Ridge? Maybe they're using the Kakazu Ridge map board. Okay, then we have the Haunted Castle. Early war Germans and Russians. Some demolition charges. Looks like fun. Castles on the horizon. Well, this looks like a desert scenario. It's about time they come up with some of those. They're my favorites. Panzer IIIs. Nothing like a Panzer III. Well, Doug Shepard is going to love that. Looks like pretty big too. 4 boards. Most of the desert ones are pretty big. And then we have in Deadly Combat, the Russians against the Germans. And is that one of those T-35s with all the guns on it? No, it's a T-20, 26, 28, something like that. Alright, and that's early war too. Oh, in the winter, in the Crimea. I guess we already looked at that. Alright, grab and go. We've got the Germans and the Russians. Some half-tracks. They're my favorites. Half-tracks and Panzer IIIs. Buckley's block. Well, that's good. There's some Japanese. Speaking of Japanese, Rising Sun is sold out everywhere. If you can find a copy, grab it. It's going to be, if I had to guess, I'd say years before that's reprinted. Trial Run, the British and the Germans. Speaking of sold out, the British. That takes place in Italy in 44. Then we have Rebels. Boy, there's a lot of scenarios in this one. Rebels Without a Pause. We have one of the Axis Miners. Slovakia. Some Partisans. German half-tracks with the 37. We have Taking Some Flak. The Finns and the Germans. Wow, this is after the Finns betrayed their friends, went to the Russian side, and then Raff's Rules. The Americans looked like some variable reinforcements where you could buy things. Those are always pretty neat. Short, 5.5 turns. Using the starter kit boards, U and F. T-patchers. I don't know why. I remember this scenario. Yeah, it says it used to be G25, and it's been updated. So we've got some American tanks, some German Stugs, and Gavin Take. I've never heard of this one. Of course, I'm joking. So it used to be T1, so they just reissued it. Well, that's good of them. One of the greatest learning scenarios there is. Give and take. Alright, so Ghost Killers, A Brief History of the Marines of the Republic of Korea. Uh-oh. The only reason they'd be putting this out is because they're getting ready to release the Korean module, which is also on pre-order at MMP and on my website. So order it from one of those two places. Scott might have it on pre-order too. I'm not sure if he does pre-orders. He probably does. And then Moss Mouse, ASL and the Principles of War. Oh, that's Paul Sadu who wrote this. We love Paul. One of the best players out there. And I don't know what the article is about. Single hex fire groupology, or how to fire from a single hex fire group with infantry and machine guns. That actually looks like a really good article. I'll tell you what, everybody seemed to like the last journal, and I was a little disappointed. It just wasn't my thing. It was a great product. It just wasn't my thing. And this one looks like it is my thing. I'm really, really looking forward to this. Scenario analysis. Boy, there's a lot of stuff in this little magazine. Flames in Haddon by Chaz Argent. No idea what that's about. Alright, and that's the whole thing. And a reminder to buy your Yanks because it's available now. And that's it. That's the look through.